It is a national shame when our heroes must become medical refugees in foreign lands. Let Raila's example, both his greatness and the gaps he couldn't escape, push us to not only admire leaders but also fix the systems that fail them as alike. The attending doctor, Dr. Sister Fons, has confirmed that the former Prime Minister has been battling multiple health challenges including diabetes, kidney complications, and deep vein thrombosis in his leg.
Mr. Raila Amlo, 80 years old, former Kenyan Prime Minister, was brought to our emergency medicine today morning at 8:20 a.m. with a history of sudden collapse during his morning walk at Sritariyam, which is a Ayurvedic hospital close to our place. Then itself, they had started CPR, that is cardiorespiratory resuscitation, and he was brought with a CPR, active CPR. His doctor and security were with him, and we continued CPR and did emergency intubation, that is putting a tube in the respiratory system, trachea, and continued CPR along with other resuscitative measures. Initially, there was no pulse or BP recordable, even palpation-wise. So after doing intubation with continued CPR, we shifted the patient to our ICU with all the staff and the facilities. In ICU, after some time, we could get some rhythm. On the monitor, it showed ST elevation in the ECG leads, in the anterior leads, plus we could see regional wall motion abnormalities, that is reduced movement of one artery territory, that is LAD territory. There was hypokinesia. This means there is less movement in that area. So after stabilizing him with some IV fluid and all, we just give him an injection, that is injection reticulase, for dissolving the clot if it is there in the coronary arteries. And we could see him with the significant edema of the right lower limb, right leg. When whatever information we got from the doctor was he was a diabetic, hypertensive, chronic kidney disease patient. He had right lower limb DVT, for which he was put on IVC filter. And recently he had a thin subdural hematoma. Last Saturday when it was done, that was almost very thin. And the neurosurgeon was the doctor who was with us in the ICU and who followed the patient from, accompanied the patient from Sritariyam. So after discussing with him, we went ahead with the thrombolysis with the injection reticulase. Even we continued CPR, that is from 8 o'clock in Sritariyam till 9:52 in our ICU. With all other ACLS criteria, we continued CPR. In spite of our very sincere, very continued CPR and other measures, we couldn't make him survive. So we are very sorry to inform that he is no more with us, and our very sincere condolence and prayers for his family and for the Kenyan people. That's what happened.
When a nation's own heroes cannot trust its hospitals, it's a loud cry for help, not just for them, but for all citizens. Raila Odinga, despite being a symbol of democracy and national pride, had to seek medical treatment in India, a painful reminder that even the most dedicated patriots can't escape the consequences and decades of underinvestment in public services. So as Africans, what do we really learn from this? Raila's journey to India for treatment exposes a deep failure in healthcare systems across Africa. And if a man of his status and experience and influence can't confidentially receive treatment in his own country, what hope is left for the ordinary citizen? This is a wake-up call to all African leaders. You need to stop exporting your health problems. Instead, build hospitals at home that are good enough for you and your people. Healthcare is not just a luxury, it's a basic right. Legacy isn't about how many roads or towers you build, but whether your people can live and die with dignity. So to the people of Africa, we need to demand for better solutions. Do not accept the excuse that we can't afford it. Africa is rich in resources. Make healthcare a political demand. Elect leaders who will fix hospitals. Let Raila Odinga's example, both his greatness and the gaps he couldn't escape, push us to not only admire leaders, but also fix the systems that fail them and us alike.